This is the startup instructions for the counties that have M100 tabulation equipment. And according to your manual, there are 3 keys. You'll have a gray key that unlocks all of the ballot doors on your ballot bin. The red key will turn your tabulation device on and off, and the yellow key is for your auto mark. When you arrive that morning, and once you take the oath of office, please start your equipment as soon as possible. Verify on your machine there should be a label that indicates which precinct it is designed for and coded for. Ensure that label is correct, that you have the right piece of equipment. Take your red key, raise the side door, side flap, insert the key, turn the key switch from off to on. It will warm up for a minute, print a small statement report, run through a little diagnostics review, and then on the screen it will ask you if you want to open the polls. Press the yes button, and then it will ask you to turn the key to vote mode. So turn the red key to vote, remove the key. It will generate a 0 report. Once the 0 printout has stopped printing, review the printout. Make sure the precinct name is correct, the date and time are correct. If not, contact your probate office, then handwrite a note explaining that the time was off or whatever the case may be, and have all of your poll workers and poll watchers initial or sign that. That will become part of the permanent record of elections, which will be returned to the probate judge in the original certificate of results that evening. Make sure you sign the bottom of the 0 tape. At that point, you can simply roll it up or fold it up and store it under the flap where your key is to be inserted. Do not tear this tape off. It must be a continuous roll throughout the day. Also, take your gray key. This is your emergency bin at the top. The only reason you would use this if your machine becomes jammed and you cannot get it cleared. You want to continue the voting process, simply unlock the door, lower this door, fold the flap down. This is now a separate chamber that will hold those ballots. Please ask the voters if they can wait until a technician arrives, if they can clear the jam and get the machine going. If the voter is rushed and cannot wait, ensure them that that ballot will be cast and counted at the end of the evening before you total the unit out. Once the machine is back in operation, make sure you unlock this, close this flap back, and lock it. Do not scan those ballots during the course of the voting day. Wait until the polls are closed and it's you as the inspector and your poll workers and your watchers. Everyone may come up and observe the scan of those ballots that evening. If a ballot is overvoted, they voted for more candidates than the contest permits, or it is blank, they've circled the name or whatever the case may be, you will have an on-screen option of cast a ballot as marked, and the machine will count what it can count and disregard those races that are not marked correctly. Also, make sure you unlock the side doors, remove the voted ballots that evening, put them in a container. Take your black and white stickers that say voted ballots, clearly mark the box voted, and indicate how many boxes of voted ballots you are returning to Election Central that evening. If a voter does not cast a vote, they insert the ballot. The ballots can go in both of these machines in any orientation. In the message on screen, notice there's an audible tone. It says no votes detected on ballot, return ballot, or count as marked. If the voter wants to correct their ballot, they hit the return ballot button. Once it's returned, you can guide them to the poster to show them how to correctly mark that ballot. They mark it with the correct marking device and reinsert the ballot. If the voter selects more candidates than the contest permits, the machine will give you a signal that the ballot has been overvoted. It will indicate which contest is overvoted or multiple contests have been overvoted, and the voter has an option: return the ballot or count as marked. If they choose to return the ballot, there's no way to correct the ballot, so that ballot would be spoiled by tearing a corner off of it. They would place that in the spoiled ballot envelope, and the poll workers would issue them a new ballot to correct this problem. If a voter votes their ballot correctly, once it's inserted, the machine accepts that ballot. Please ask the voter to return their secrecy folder and offer them an I voted sticker before they leave the precinct. Once the polls are closed on election night, if there have been any emergency ballots deposited in the emergency compartment, gather all your poll workers and poll watchers, unlock this door, lower the flap, and make sure you remove all those ballots. Again, they can go in the machine any orientation. You would scan these prior to totaling the unit out. There's an error on this ballot. It is a blank ballot, no votes detected. At this point, the voter is not there. Just simply hit the button, cast ballot as marked. In this example, one contest was overvoted, and it gives you the option: return the ballot or cast the ballot as marked. Again, since no voter is there to correct it, simply hit cast as marked. Once you ensure that all ballots have been scanned, it is time to print your results tape. Take your red key, raise the flap, insert your key, turn the key to open, close polls. On screen, it will give you an option to close polls. Select close polls. It will print the correct number of printouts you need that night. Make sure all of those copies are signed. Normally we code it to print one additional in case there's any kind of a jam. But please sign all copies before you package your returns.